Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. Fam, I told you all that my videos will be off of some sort of schedule. They be in the odd hours because I'm in another country right now, and there's a 6 hour time difference. Because time went back here an hour, it would normally be a 7 hour time difference. Time in the United States haven't went up an hour yet, so we're ahead by 6 hours where I'm at. The biggest thing that I just want to talk about is, man, people are still finding shit at Ross. They found like the Spider-Man 2-pack with the plainclothes Peter Parker and the other guy the fat friend from No Way Home. And I was just looking, I said, damn, even though the guy was like, man, the figures in the box were missing, but just to see the box here, man, and all the stuff that people been finding. They've been finding Marvel Legends up the ass at Ross. And like I said, the liquidation situation right now is crazy. And it's crazy everywhere. A lot of people are talking about TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and all of those places, man. It's crazy because, see, these stores are liquidating hard. A lot of these Walmart and Targets, they're liquidating stock, like I told you. A lot of people are like, wait, hold on. That means the stuff was just peg warming. No, it was sitting in the back, like I keep telling you. The reason why a lot of these stores are closing because of shrinkage. One is shrinkage, that's theft. And the other is not having man hours to put the stuff out. This is why sometimes if you go to your Walmarts and your Targets and the shit is still sitting there, if you seen it that morning, it's the very same shit. If you put an X on a box and if you came back and seen that very same X, it's because there's no man hours. And see, this is the part that we are dealing with, because this stuff is sitting in the back so long. What happens sometimes is the corporate higher ups, they say, hey, look, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to your store. We're going to inventory what you got. And some of this stuff we're going to liquidate. We're going to take this stuff off you. We're going to send it here, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to take it off your books. And it happens like that at a lot of stores. Where you think a lot of liquidation happens, it happens at distribution centers for these places. Go back to the distribution center and the stuff get liquidated because they cannot put this stuff out. And the company understands that after a while because they realize you don't have the payroll for it. If you do not have payroll, you cannot put this shit out. It's only so much a manager can do. A manager can work 7 days, 15 hour a day. But guess what? You're going to burn that damn manager out. You're going to burn the assistant manager out. You're going to burn anybody out that get paid outside of, those hourly wages, man. People get tired. You get stressed out at these jobs, man. These jobs, like when I used to work at AJ Wright as a store manager, man, these jobs, when you start working 16 hours a day and you're tired and they're talking about shit ain't done, you're tired. You can't get shit else done. Your mind is mentally jelly right now. You're tired. You're frustrated. You're ready to leave. You're ready to go home. You're ready, to just call it quits for a minute because you cannot think of what's the next step to take. And see, a lot of times we don't realize all the shit that people deal with in these stores. I was a manager at Family Dollar, running a store, man, and people talking to you right to your face, talking about, yeah, I'm gonna steal this stuff and ain't shit you can do. I'm gonna run real fast with this stuff out the door. And you're like, dude, we got armed security right there, man. He ain't no shoot me. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, y'all, this brazen bold when somebody got a big ass gun right there. People ain't ashamed to shoot your ass because you're doing too much, I'm not saying that they will, not for that, but it's just stuff that you look at. I used to work at Osco as a manager. I used to work at a Jewel as a manager. Man, I used to work retail real hard until I left retail, bro. Retail is a rough situation that a lot of people don't understand. Retail is where people take all their frustrations out on you. I used to be an hourly employee at one point in time, whereas people would take out the frustrations of their day on you and think you're supposed to sit there and take that shit. Then when you speak up and say something back, they're feeling some kind of way. They feel that you're intimidating them. You're trying to tear down the construct that they have, that this life is not what it's supposed to be. Motherfucker, we all have feelings. If I'm sitting here putting out 4 pallets of shit and you study asking me questions about toys, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. I'm like, bro, Get a minute. You see me with all this shit. I'm ringing on the register, steady trying to put this shit out. I'm doing other jobs because other people ain't here. But people ask you these questions and they want you to look in the back. Cause after you get off the register, could you look in the back for these SKU numbers? Man, I can't do that. I got a whole line of damn people. What are you thinking? See, this is what I'm talking about. It's okay if you ask a person 1 or 2 times, they'd be okay with it. But if you constantly ask and they ain't getting shit out of it, they'll start looking at you like, man, you doing too much. I know this one cat. I don't know if he was a reseller, scalper. Scalpers and reseller don't mean the same thing. So please do not make that sound like that's the exact same thing. Or I don't know if he was a collector. What he used to do, he used to bring people lunch. And man, fuck, you go back there and check, ain't no lie. They can't do anything about him buying you lunch. Shit, he could be a relative. You not getting him anything free, he going up front and paying for it. If it's not street dated, you can give him as much as he want to buy. The thing is, you kill a lot of flies with honey and sweet stuff than you do with bitter vinegar and shit like that, man. People want to actually win. And like I said, when people are having shitty days, you don't want to compound the shitty day by saying shitty things to that person. It's like when you ringing up a line full of people and everybody see you got a difficult person up front that want to use, some sort of coupon on every damn transaction. In their cart, they got 10 damn transactions and you trying to work on all 10 of them to do all. And they hollering and screaming at you, talking about, you didn't ring that up right. You supposed to ring it up like this. You like, I can't ring this shit up the way you want this ring. This run by how the store runs. Dude, what are you doing? Guy was like, no, but see, you supposed to use the coupon on it. I said, I can't use that coupon on this. Why not? I said, that coupon ain't for this. I can't use a lettuce coupon on a toy. What the hell are you thinking? They told me you could do that. I said, who is they? So I called the manager over, and the manager was like, cancel this whole transaction. Have security walk this motherfucker out the door. He didn't say it like that, but he said, have security walk this person out the door. Dude, you over here doing too much. And see, this is what's wrong with a lot of people. They doing too much, man. They don't understand. Sometimes you need a break away from people, and they shit. If you want to run something and you want it to run well, you need to talk to people. You need to work with people. You need to see what it is that, we all trying to work on together, man, and how we could do this together, how we could build as a team, not just one damn person doing something. You get what I mean? So many people are backwards, man. Man, I've been trying to do the right thing for the longest. But I learned that I had to, get out of retail. A lot of people ask me, what's going on with your beard? It's usually shaven. And man, for a minute, shit, dude, like I say, I shave, but you know what? I notice over here, the hair grow back much faster, period. Dude, I feel a lot better here. Like, in America, I'd be feeling all sluggish. The food make you feel some kind of way. Dude, this way of life over here, every damn body walking. Even people with cars be over here walking. It's always somebody's walking. They're walking every damn where. It's a walkable city that I'm in. Even when you go to the other cities and, the bigger cities, they're walkable too. You see people just walking and enjoying, catching buses. We do that in Chicago, but here it just seems like you got, it's okay to do that. And I know I jumped off subject. And here too, you hear sirens too. A lot of people was like, wait, hold on. I heard some sirens. What's going on there? Dude, there's sirens everywhere. I don't understand what people, like if, like you hear sirens is bad. It's not what you thinking. But everybody thinking is one thing. When you're in Chicago, they shooting everybody. It's a constant shoot. If they were shooting that damn bad, everybody be dead. But they shooting like that in Nebraska, Iowa, Maine. Dude, I don't know what people talking about. They make it seem like people don't shoot nowhere. People talking about you need to get rid of guns. And if you get rid of guns, that'll end all the problems. No, it won't. It'll create a bigger problem. You have no way to defend yourself against one thing, your government, and the criminal element. Yeah, criminals gonna get guns. You see, and I forgot where that is, where they don't have guns, where the law enforcement agency don't have guns. And when they pull up and they see there's a large mob of people or, some shit happening that they can't do, they drive right by because they can't do shit about it. You made it where they basically civilians. Shit. Motherfucker at your door with a big old axe chopping at your door. You calling the cops, they looking at you like, what we supposed to do about it? See my point? There's a lot that goes hand in hand with all of that, fam. And, I remember Kmart and all those places sold guns and, did all these things, man, that you had to go through all this stuff, jump through hoops, which was very good. Fam, I've been looking at all this stuff. And the reason why I bring all this up to you, everybody talk about how retail stores don't have the shit that they're looking for. You go into some stores and they barren and wowzer stores. Some stores have better payroll than others. You cannot get something and they don't have payroll to put the shit out. That means sometimes the manager is putting all the stuff out. And guess what? He's tired now. He ain't putting shit else out. He tired. Sometimes the manager be up front ringing because they don't have the people. People call off. People do what people do, what these young people and the other people do. They call off. They want to go somewhere and hang out. They doing them. Guess what? You call off enough, people like shit. Dude, when I was a manager, when people used to call off, I used to have people scheduled for 40 hours a week. Dude, they weren't full-time employees. I just had you scheduled 40 hours because, I needed you to do this, this, and this. Dude, you know what? I had people, whereas I scheduled them for 40 hours, 5 days, right? People won't show up for 2 or 3 days. So, I was like, okay, this is a pattern. So it happened like not just 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. This shit happened months on time. So I just started scheduling for 2 days. And they started getting mad, like, why are you scheduling me for 2 days? I said, you only show up 2 days. I said, why would I schedule you more days, but you getting a new person 5 days? I said, you only could work 2 days. What you mean? I said, you only show up for 2 days. I said, if you could only show up for 2 days, I said, you're not the person I need to work. I said, I need somebody that's reliable. And this is why you get a lot of people that leave jobs because they think they more than what they supposed to be. If you don't work when you come to work, if you don't show up for work, I don't have an employee. I have somebody that's just wasting my time and your time. Fam, we need to think about all this shit. And this is why this shit going the way it is. A lot of people don't understand. People get tired of you over a period of time. Just duh. People just do get tired of you. A lot of these companies are looking and they say, hey, we can liquidate this shit. A lot of people don't want to buy stuff at full price. Even when it's cheap. Shit could be $10. Oh, that's too much. Dude, come on. Shit, even now that stuff is discounted at $5. Man, that's $5 too much. Guess what? Everybody else got it. You see people with 30 of them in a cart and you complaining now. You passed on it, now everybody else got it, now you're mad. Why? That ain't how this shit works. You can't get mad if you passed on it. Pass mean pass. Right? But fam, you got to think about all this shit. People don't think about it. They make it seem like, stuff supposed to wait. People supposed to hold a couple for them. Dude, shit at Ollie's been sitting at Ollie's for like a month or two. If you haven't picked it up yet and it's been sitting for a month or two and somebody come along and buy all this shit up, that's on you. That ain't on nobody to hold shit for 6 to 7 months for you, like just to make sure everybody gets some. Nah, you get what you get and whatever's left, they get. Dude, I'm tired of being one of those collectors that's thinking about the next person and nobody else thinking about the next person. That play it forward, nobody thinking about that. You doing all this shit yourself and you sitting there feeling some kind of way. Dude, I buy all this shit that I buy and I call it like that. I call it quits afterwards, man. You got to do you, man. Stop worrying about it and everybody else because people ain't worried about you. I talk to a lot of collectors and they be talking crazy. Oh, man, that ain't my job to worry about what you talking about or what you doing, man. I'm supposed to do what I do and, I'm going to go from there. I think the way other people think, man. That way you move faster and you get to do what you're supposed to do and not have to worry about everything else that you had to worry about before that. But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.